Alan. This is Terry Swanson. I got your number from Joe Vonderschmidt. Thank you.
Well, you know, from Saturday and Sunday were the most beautiful days that I've seen in a long time. They were just incredible days.
I'm ready for fall now.
Yeah,
That was like a taste of
Today
fall.
it is summer solstice.
It's what?
Summer
The longest day of the year.
Oh,
Right.
day of the year. Yeah.
solstice.
Every day should be your first day of the year.
Groundhog Day. Keep waking up. Saying, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, do you have a copy of your
Thank you.
little booklet?
Bio?
No, your little booklet that you have.
Which one of those? The one that I've been using? Or you're gonna change that
Yes.
to the other one now? Monica has my bio. You didn't talk to him?
Not yet.
You're casual today. It's okay.
It's mediocre Monday. You didn't get the memo?
No.
Mediocre Monday.
Shoot.
I went up and stayed at my boat last night, so I was like, you know what? I didn't feel like taking the suit up there yesterday. And,
I don't blame you.
I wasn't planning on staying up there and watching, so let's just stay. So it's mediocre Monday.
I like it.
We will get going in just a couple of minutes when Lewis comes back. So how was y'all's weekend?
Relaxing.
When did you get back from your cruise?
That was nice. I'm ready to go again.
Cruises are awesome.
Oh, the most difficult decision you have to make is what you're gonna eat for dinner, and if you can't figure that out, just order a couple different entrees. Do it.
That's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it.
Alcohol
And just
everything
forget
else
about
will
eating,
follow.
and just drink it all. Drink your meals.
Okay, so here's the thing. We'll go ahead and get started. One is, one to let you guys know what the process is going to be if you want to do a listing magazine for your own and come up with one, what the layout options are going to be and what you will need to provide us to fill the space, because the way that we do have it laid out, and since I'm recording this, I'm going to do this differently. The way that we have it laid out is this is your example of a two-page approach that you can do, which will have your big photo right here. Now, what we want everybody to do is provide a photo of themselves or their team. And we're going to say, hey, you can have that image of you or whatever your main image is going to be, either to the left, the middle, or the right. So you have one image to think about as your main image, and you'll do left, middle, or right. You can see on page 2, the one that we did for the company, or the next page is over, we did the middle page. It was a stand-up situation. So Lloyd, our graphics guy, laid it out where he just had me in the middle, and I liked it. I didn't ask him to do that, but I was like, I like the way that that looks. We had a second image over here. I will tell you this, it is difficult to write about yourself more times than not. Debbie Slayball, she had Amanda Staines actually write her bio for her. It was very well written, so I wanted to have a copy of that because she just sent it over the other day. But the things that you guys are going to need to think about or have ready to go before anything is submitted, we're not going to do this in piecemeal. It's either going to be you are 100% ready to go or you're not ready to go. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Nothing will be submitted over until it's 100% ready to be supplied to Lloyd. Your photo, it needs to be a high resolution photo. Do we have an exact resolution on what that is, Monica?
Anything about 5 megabytes and up. So it's something that if he needs to blow it up, or that he can do it without being distorted. So I'm guesstimating 5 megabytes, but high res. And so most of your headshots, most of your professional photographers are already using it. If you just want to use that, if it's a touched up image, send that over. You know, that most likely will be high res.
Any questions? I send you the high.
Yeah, it was your high res. You have your Century 21. Is that what you want though? Okay.
Yeah, that's an extra marketing for me.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
they see my face, they know it's Century 21, so that's why I did that.
They can't forget that ugly mug shot, so.
Follow with you?
Yeah, I mean, don't send something that's a thumbnail pic. Send it, you know, if you have a professional photographer that has done touch-ups via Photoshop and stuff, to say, hey, can I just have that as it is, and we can shoot that over, and then he can manipulate it. But the higher the quality, the better it is for him.
And remember these 2 pages are about you, nobody else, you. And the 3 topics that we've come up with, and maybe you guys might have something else as well. 1, you need to have a very well-written bio. Now, Monica and I were talking, she said, well, I was presented something in 3rd person. What do you think about that? You know what I think about that? I don't give a damn. If you want yours in 3rd person, write it as good as you can in 3rd person. If you want it coming from you, have it come from you and make it really strong. If you want it to just be factual, bullet points, whatever that is, I don't care. You have to feel good about it. But you need to have a bio that, to me, who's this going to be presented to? A listing appointment, right? So it's not a buyer package. This is a listing presentation. So you want it to sing to a person that's getting ready to sell their home that reads this, and I think it's a totally different written word than it is if you're trying to attract a buyer. A listing needs to be a little bit more powerful from, this is the production that I've done, or the reason I'm so good at real estate or going to be good in real estate is my past experience as this. And you need to write everything according to, I'm a productive human being. I know how to get things done. I'm a good marketer. Here's the examples of my past life history. If you were in business before and you have no real estate experience whatsoever, your past experiences can be written where it looks like you will be one productive son of a gun when it comes to real estate. You can write it from the perspective of, I am the prepared underdog and I'm going to beat everyone's butt in real estate because I am just that good. I don't care what it is, but I'm telling you, this is going to be to a listing person. So you want it to be a power letter to them. And then your second option is, do you want to have a marketing plan? Mike Darden, he said, I want to bring my marketing plan. So I'm going to have a bio, because there's a lot of potential writing in here. And, you know, you can look at this, but there's a lot of potential writing in that. You got to look at it and go, hey, write your bio, make it sing. If you want to add a second box to it, like over here, you can have production. You got your 3 options right here. Production, marketing campaign of what you're going to do, like a little 20-point, you know, here's my 20-point marketing plan. Or you can put some real satisfied or, references, people, comments, what they've said about your work in the past. Robert this morning brought up real satisfied. I was like, you know, the real satisfied quotes, if you really interact those into it, that could be a great thing for you to do, because, you know, work on those, get them in here. You can interchange these out whenever you want to. But those are the 3 examples in addition to a bio that you need to have ready to go. So your options are going to be main image. We're keeping it simple. Main image, I've got option A, option B, option C. Photo there, photo there, photo there. For the other one, I'm going to do my bio here or my bio here, and I'm going to do my marketing plan here, or I'm going to do my real satisfied here, I'm going to do a production one. That's how I'd go about it. We're going to try to keep this simple so that you guys don't have to sit there and go, oh my gosh, I want to have this over here, that over here. We got to simplify things to make it a good experience for you, but come up with some good common sense layouts. And by the way, if you look at it and go, my main image is going to be one of these 3 spots. You can look at the page that we laid out for the company, and you could say, hey, I'm going to have a little picture up the top to kind of kill some space. I've got a good photo that's going to be a good little secondary photo, but that could be how you do it. I've got 3 boxes I'm going to fill in: photo or photo or photo, marketing plan or real satisfied or whatever, bio here, whatever you want to do. Does that make sense? I think that's the easiest way to do it, is to go, we got 3 boxes to fill in, and you got your choices of what you want to have in there. bio is absolutely essential. You're going to have that in everyone. And by the way, I'd write the bio with the intention of putting it online, right? And saying, hey, I'm going to have this as part of my online bio. But I'm going to tell you guys this, if you're writing it for a listing person, it's different from what I believe you should be writing for a buyer, prospective buyer, moving from another state that doesn't know an agent here in Atlanta. So you might want to have two bios that you have written out there. Lewis had come up with a, Sarah Stovall, you use the same person, and this is what they had come up with. Now I'm sure that Lewis will be able to say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to interact some of this into here. If he said, hey, I want to have one of these pages be my page, I'm going to alter one of them. Actually, this could be 2 boxes for him, and then he just puts his little mugshot in there. You could say, hey, I'm going to do this as option A, option B, and option C, and he can have it done, or the backside. So Lewis has 4 boxes right here. He could pick 3 of these and go ahead and have his done. Okay? So that's as simple as it needs to be. Any questions or comments about any of this? And do you want to look over it? Who has their bio already written really well? How many have a professional photo that you could submit right now to us that we could put over that's in high res and we could send over to Lloyd? And how many of you have how many of you would use a Real Satisfied? What about marketing? Actually, 3 of y'all would use a Real Satisfied. That's good. What else? That's all simplified out. You got 3 boxes.
Pretty much, and then when we get it over, if you, just as Terry said, specify the placement, that he can translate that as far as how it's going to be laid out. We don't want to make this a reinvention of the wheel, so a couple of iterations tops, and then then we can roll from there.
Yes.
Terry, are we gonna have to, like, when I did my brochure, we kind of talk about it, and then they kind of gave me an example, different ways of looking at it. And, sometimes you say, well, put it in the middle, and then when you look at it, you might want to change it, but you want to see it in the brochure itself, so you can have a good understanding in an email where everything is going to be. And we did a couple of changes, as we went along. Matter of fact, we did a lot of changes as we went along, because, things were not really matching where we really look good. Maybe a sentence was taken out of one area and put it in another, a little bigger, so is that going to be able to be done as well?
Yes and no. We're not going to crush Lloyd. It depends on how many people flow through. Y'all be the first group. It's going to be a first come, first serve type situation, but everything has to be 100% ready to roll. And by the way, you do have another option. So you got ABC, which I think this is the easiest one to go with, or like Lewis said, let's see, add one. So the other one, which we talked about in the beginning, is you had your photo of the agent in this case over to one side. So if you wanted to do that and just have one main image and that's it, and you were able to do a bio like that, you could do that as well. But I'd say just do something simple. I like the 3 boxes the best, but if you had this where you had a very strong bio and a couple little things around that, we can work with that. But the key thing is going to be keeping it simple. If you're talking small adjustments like, oh, I didn't know that sentence was we don't want to get into going, okay, well, now let's adjust everything around. So you might need to shrink a box in and make that the sentence fit. But when you got 2 full pages here, that's a lot of room to work with to make it flow and happen. So I can't say, well, let's put it this way. This is not going to be where we go into a totally custom format and just go, hey, it's, we're going to keep adding changes and stuff. We've dealt with postcards in the past where, what you thought was going out there, and we don't want to get into just readjusting everything. So trying to keep it as simple as possible. That's why the communication is going to be contained to, if you want to have your bio put through and have me look it over, fine. Make sure that you looked over things grammatically, because whatever you give to us is going to be what's submitted. And if there's a grammatical error in there and you're going to print it up, it's going to fall on you. So you want to make sure that you get those things reviewed, 100% done, and 100% signed off by you. and Monica will be the one that deals with Lloyd submitting those through. So the only people that are working on this project are myself and Monica with you guys, and that's it. Yes.
Sorry for coming in a couple minutes late, but are you going to have, to make it easy for Lloyd and easy for the agents, a template so they can put, my face goes here, my testimonials could go here, and my bio could go here rather than free for all?
Yes. As we talked about at the beginning, because you've been here on time, you didn't know.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
So, and what we came up with was 3 slots. You really got 4 things that we're going to encourage people to talk about, because 2 pages is a lot. But if you did, like this has a huge photo. I don't know if, I mean, how many of y'all would go, I want that big ass photo of myself on there. If that's what you want, that's fine. But I don't see many of us doing that. I probably see a lot of y'all going, hey, I could fill that stuff in there. So when we looked at this, it's like you got column A, which might be your bio or photo. Column B, which would be, you could be real satisfied, or your photo, or your marketing plan, or your production log of what you've done, whatever you want, testimonials there, and then pictures. So it's like you have 3 slots. I think this will be the easiest one to go from, because that's a lot of space to fill. And I want you guys to realize that. So you want to have a big photo, you want to have a well-written bio, and you need to have something. If you don't have enough production log to feel comfortable about, you can split it up and do some testimonials down here. But the key thing is, I think we should look at it as three boxes that you're going to fill in. That, to start off with, I believe will be the easiest thing to go forward with. If you go, nope, I've got a plan and here's what it's going to be. If you've got it so well down that we can submit that over to Lloyd, we will take a look at that. But it's got to be simple, and it's not going to be Harry custom all the way around, whatever you want. So there needs to be some consistency. Now, if you guys have an idea that you go, hey, what about this option? Bring it out. You know, you have anything that you'd like to achieve out of it specifically?
I mean, what you got going on.
Huh?
I mean, as far as what goes in it, you know, I think marketing.
But I'm saying layout wise.
No, layout, please, I'm not creative. You're good. A, B, C, I'm good.
Do you have anything that you think would be, hey, I think this would be a good layout? Understanding we don't want to just be, everybody picks 100% their own
I think
stuff.
that is make it simple, stupid, you know, but straight to the point. That's always been mine. That's why that brochure, Sarah, and I did the same thing. Make it simple, you know, candy, but quick, straight to the point. Don't go crazy putting 100 million things in there that people are going to open, and by the time they get to the second paragraph, they're tired of reading about you. You just want other stuff. So that's why I try to keep it as simple as possible, but information that is retains of what I'm trying to achieve with them.
Anybody else? So I think that's what we do right now. You got option A, B, C, as far as the boxes that you fill in. It'll make it easy for you to not to have to worry about what the heck am I going to put in there. And, you know, if you don't have a hugely long written bio, then we can put a big header like on this one in here and make it look full without having you to write a book. I feel like you know, write a book. By the way, I do not care what you believe is the best bio. I like putting stuff in bullet forms and easier. I read over Debbie Slayball's, and I was like, this is very well written. I mean, it's nice. It's got nice words in there and stuff. I'm more of a bulleted off. I don't know if people reading paragraphs or they like reading bullet things. So it's like whatever you believe is your representation, you got to own that. But I like talking about the production because we've got production log to go from. So we did in our company one, if you want to know what I like about it, is we give a little bit of background of who we are and what we do, and then we have the production over here, and I think that really rings loud and clear to people out there. Hello, Mike.
Sorry I'm late, 400.
No problem. I used yours as an example because I believe you had told, I think Robert, that you wanted, or Monica, about having your marketing plan in addition to your bio to kind of fill in some space and stuff. So I leveraged that as a opportunity for people out there. So thank you. So anything from, do you have questions about your bios, what to put in there? Do you want to, I mean, after this is over, I will help anybody. If you want to bring it to me and say, what do you think about this? Or how can I incorporate my past life of what I did in this business world into being real to real estate? More than happy to help you in whatever we can do with that. or if there's anybody in here that wants to share an idea with somebody as they're all going through what you went through, because was it the easiest thing to put together?
No. Took a while.
It took a while. This is gonna probably take a while. And that's why we're trying to really simplify things down, but they had a little 4-page booklet. Him and Sarah worked on this together and each had their own stuff. How long did it take you to get the stuff together?
Probably 2 weeks.
So it's not easy.
Where
So-
did you get those printed? Who does those?
We had a lady that we got, we had her design it for us. And then we had a printing company right here in county that printed for us. It's on the backside, I gotta get you the name.
But I can tell you this, no printing company is gonna do 50 books
Oh, no.
for this price. So.
You know, we had a lot of issues with the pricing on that. What Terry is getting, the opportunity that Terry has supplied for the company, it's really amazing, huge for the price, you know. That book, you go out of here and you probably are looking at close to $5 a book like that.
Yeah.
Easy.
And what we're gonna do, Robert had brought in some comments from agents on, you know, when you're looking through this, which this is all gonna emulate exactly what we've got on our company one. But in the one that we modified for the company one, you've got some agents and names and stuff out here. So we're gonna clean some of those up. So on yours, you're not gonna have, we're gonna kind of blur out some of the other agents' information so you won't see them. And we're gonna make sure it's nobody within the company unless it's Robert's picture on there as one of the agent's examples. So we're gonna keep it as neutral as we possibly can for your personal stuff. And then the future company ones, we're gonna do the same thing. Okay. Hey, and until you get these things printed up, you don't know exactly. That's why we want to have them printed up so you can see them, and then we can go ahead and make some small changes like that to them, so it'll be as good as we can possibly deliver for you guys. So, if you want, if everything is ready and you're ready to go, and you got a high-resolution photo, and you know exactly how you want the layout to be, you've got your bio written, and you've got your marketing plan or whatever, you go, hey, I'm ready to submit these 3 boxes over to Monica so we can get it printed up. We are ready as soon as you are ready, but you've got to have it 100% thought process out, written out, everything done 100%. And then you go with Monica, we'll send it over to Lloyd. If there's one thing missing, Monica's not allowed to send anything over to Lloyd. And it is first come, first served. And it's not to be being hard on you guys. It's just, hey, we don't want this to be just a big cluster. So we want to keep it as simple as possible. You're going to be the one that's in control of making it that way or making it not that way. Okay.
You know, the one thing that I like that you did in there was about the staff. You know, that sent a good message out. This is the staff that works for me that is going to be working for you. So that's huge, because most of the agents just go, well, I'm here, I'm going to be doing this, this, and this. But when you get that image that you have a full staff behind it, you know, it gives a totally different meaning to your listing at that point. So a lot of people should use that as a weapon.
And we tried to really design it that way, where it's like, you know, you've got so many different interpretations of what we do, and it's like, hey, we know what we do, and we know we bring value to the table behind you guys, and so who should be able to sell that? We should, better than anybody else. So we wrote the whole thing and designed it so that, thank you for saying that, because that's what our goal was, is that you could leave that in front of somebody and not have to say anything, and it will help sell it itself. So, thank you. Anything else? Yes.
Yeah, you probably covered this before I got here, but if we have the version, for example, I have a bio and my picture, and then my sales plan, and I've got that electronically, when you send it to Monica electronically, and she'll put it in the right places on the page and everything.
She's going to send it over to Lloyd once we have the 3 boxes filled.
Okay.
Your high-res photo, and then the 2 things that you're going to have as in, for you, it's going to be your bio and your marketing plan.
Right.
So these will be your 3 boxes. What you need to let her know is, hey, Monica, I want option A to be my photo and my bio to be B and my marketing plan to be C. Or I want my photo in the middle and I want my bio over here. So all you're gonna do is say photo in A, this in B, this in C.
Okay, thank you.
That make it easy enough?
Absolutely.
So that's what we're trying to do is make sure that it's as easy as possible. So you might be our first magazine.
Well, if I can understand it.
Anything or anybody else? So good, we worked through that. Option A, B, C. High res, get your bio done. If you need help with it, get with me, get with Rob, get with Deb. And the key thing is everybody is going to look at things differently at what they want in their bio. Always remember, this is to a listing presentation. I think it should be productive, empowering, and if you don't have a lot of experience in real estate, you can always tie things together from your past business world or whatever to tie it in. Yes?
Is there a setup fee that agents need to be aware of?
There's no setup fee. The total cost is going to be $120. That includes shipping. $120 for, that's taxes and shipping. $120 for 50 books, graphics included, but we're not going to get into customization with that. And that will give you, and so the only pages that you're going to be changing in this book are the first 2. Nothing else can be changed for that $120. So these are your 2 pages, fill in option A, B, C. Everything else will be auto-populated. Okay. And by the way, if you want to know what the specific stuff is, the company one that we passed out that doesn't have the agent's portion, those pages are going to be what we go with. This is still in its rough draft form. The pages that you've got in the company one is what will be there with the agents that you'll see in the boxes on the like Trillian stuff. We're going to kind of go through those that they know there's a name, but you won't be able to see the name. And that's what we're going to do to clean that up. Okay? Any other questions or comments? Monica, you got anything you want to say? Yes.
Turnaround time,
We don't know.
probably within 30 days.
Oh, yes, within 30 days.
Okay.
Once we submit it over to Lloyd,
Yeah.
you'll probably have a rendition back within 2 to 3 business days. So once we've got that in, 2 to 3 business days is about what his.
Yeah, that's usually the lead time. Yeah.
So it sounds back approved.
And then once it's approved, we send it over to the print house, which is in Marietta. And once they've got it, it's pretty much 3 days from them getting it. Once we sign off on it and give them the go, it's printed up and shipped over here overnighted. So for $120, that includes shipping and taxes for 50 of these printed up. It is outstanding. So, and also remember, the print house and the graphics person are 2 totally different entities, which is also better because it seems like if you've got a graphics person that works at a print house, it's not always the best in both. So the print house, we have found absolute best pricing we could possibly find out there at all, and not having to have 1,000 of these printed up is outstanding also. So you can thank D for that. Anything else? So get with Monica, get with me if you want help on your bio, and Mike, as long as you're ready, let's get yours queued up and going on. And then make sure that your photo's in high res, because what happens is if you go, well, this is all I've got, it's going to come out blurry and it's not going to be as professional as you want it to be, and that's nobody's fault but your own. So if you need a high res, we can help you get with somebody that'll get you a high res photo, but the photograph is up to you. Okay. Anything else? Good. If any of the people watching this in the link or whatever, if you need anything, you can get with Rob, Deb, or myself to help write your bio. But to get this book ordered, the only 2 people that you need to get with are myself or Monica. Monica's going to be the one that's really handling getting stuff over to Lloyd and managing that. So, okay. Thank you very much.